What's good, y'all? It's your boy Brandon B, back with another one. How you guys doing out there? Shout out to everyone. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. We here to talk about the Colorado Buffaloes, man. We almost here, y'all. Almost here, man. 9 days until the season starts. First game into Georgia Tech. You feel me? That one's gonna be at Fulton Field. Really excited, man. Can't wait. New season loading. We got some new characters involved, a lot of new players. So I wanted to do this video to kind of get excited, go over the roster, kind of talk about some of the new players, enjoying some of that content as you see in the back, well off media and also, reach the people media. Salute to them. And yeah, man, we're in full form, Coach Prime, he's right back at it. Um, Getting these boys ready for the new season, getting them ready and mentally, locked in for what's to come, because this is a big season, not only for, Coach Prime, but also for the new guys who want to make a name for themselves, because now we're moving on from the Travis and Shador era, and now we're moving into, the new era of the new buffs, So I want to talk about the new buffs. I want to talk about Coach Prime getting them ready. And yeah, just kind of the feel I got, for where we're going to be maybe this year and just kind of the overall, consensus. So first thing I wanted to bring up was, kind of this video where Coach Prime is talking about just the fans and getting ready for, being on that big stage that, Coach Prime creates every single time when he's out there. So salute to Coach Prime, man. Let's hear him out.
Darn days. So that thing is jam packed.
Mm-hmm.
And see, some of y'all been there, right? When it's jam packed. Some of y'all been there with the crowd and the roars and the understanding of who we are. And how if you perform like you performed in that scrimmage, they're gonna eat you alive. You might as well disconnect your social media. Because now they kind. Do what you did out there in that scrimmage and see what they do. They're gonna eat you alive. You got 12 days to get this thing together. We got 12 darn days. So that thing is jam-packed.
It's over, man.
Some of y'all been
ready,
there, right?
Man. That's what he's talking about, Coach Prime. Getting these boys ready, getting them locked in, because it is true. Like, Coach Prime, he understands, how big this season is, and just, the eyes that always come with anything that he does. And so it's very cool to kind of see where he's, making sure that the guys are locked in and understanding the moment, because yeah, it comes on you real quick. And we understand how fast these seasons go, where one game turns into two and then you're already halfway through the season, So I think Coach Prime is, trying to get them peaking at the right time. And, he's got a lot of new guys and some, core players that are going to be, contributing. And it's going to be interesting to see kind of, how this new regime of buffs, kind of do. So that's what we're kind of talk about now, is kind of the new roster, right? So here we go. We got 2025 football roster. You know what I'm saying? Colorado Buffaloes, Skull Buffs. You feel me? But yeah, we got the Buffaloes here. So let's scroll up. Thing we got here is first, Caden Salter, who's, our new senior quarterback transfer from Liberty. This kid, I think he's going to be a really impactful player coming right out the gate. Caden Salter, I think, if you've been watching or following the Woloff Media content, you can definitely see that this kid has, what it takes, 6'1", 190 out of Texas, Cedar Hill. So, he was previously at Tennessee, and then he just transferred from Liberty, where he was, playing exceptionally well. He's got that dual threat thing going where he can run, he can pass, and he's also really, really good, with that directional understanding, where he can, make a quick decision, audibles, very, very smart player. And he's definitely showed that in the scrimmages, where he can make those long throws. He can get out of trouble. He can move really well. And I like the way that he plays. And so I think, I wouldn't be surprised if he's named the day one starter, at least for, those first couple of, games maybe. But I think he's really up to speed, and he's going to be, a really good influence for Juju as Juju starts to come into his own as a newer, contributor to, the Buffs at large, right? And so really excited to see, what Caden brings to the table, man, because, his tape, he's electric. You know what I mean? He's electric out there. He plays really well. He has a really good sense of the game. I really enjoy watching him play. And so, yeah, I can't wait to see, what he brings to the table, and also just kind of like how quickly, they're coming together over there. It's been dope to watch. You know what I'm saying? So I'm loving that. So salute to Caden. So next up, we got my boy Preston Hodge. Salute to Preston Hodge. You feel me? Number 4 this year. He wore 24 last year, but this kid can play as well. He's out of Waxahachie, Texas. You feel me? 6 foot, 200 out of Texas, man. This kid can play, man. I really enjoyed the contributions he made last season. I felt like personally he was one of the better, more stable players that, outside of Travis and being having DJ on the other side, I felt like Preston was just a perfect off corner, slot, cover, a nickel corner that I think really, really shored up that defense last year that brought, a lot of really, really good, exciting plays, man. And this dude can play. I really like him. He also transferred from Liberty. So him and I think Caden are really close, you know what I'm saying? And he was also intricate and getting Caden to the buff. So salute to Preston, man. I really am excited to see him, wearing a new number, going with that number 4. So salute, you know what I mean? And we got another number 4 who's going to be coming through, and I think is going to be a very impactful player, Omarion Miller, right? Omarion Miller, I think he's a junior. He's actually junior this year. One of the breakout players of these returning buffs. He has a lot of high expectations. A lot of people expect a lot about him. He had a great season last year, a lot of really exciting and electrifying plays. And this dude, in every single well-off media or, reach the people video that you see, this guy's making exciting catches, exciting runs. He's big, he's very fast. I think he's very deceptively fast, at 6'2". You know what I'm saying? 210, that's a big kid right there. And so I think he's gonna bring that, that kind of traditional possession receiver, type of energy. I think he's definitely gonna be one of those who are gonna get more of the touches out of, kind of that crop, right? And so salute to him, man, because I really do think he's gonna be, a problem for any defense this year. So salute to Omarion Miller, man. So next, we got somebody who I'm really excited to see. I want to see how he plays, man. But we got RJ Johnson, the new number 5, right? 6'2", 185. He's out of McDonough, Georgia. He's a junior, right? So he's definitely, in my opinion, one of those you could see within the media that we're getting from well off, that he's a very competitive guy. He's always rising to the occasion, and I really feel like him and DJ McKinney are going to be that 1-2 punch that the defense is really going to need to be able to dominate in this Big 12 coming up here, because we already kind of can see just the chemistry that RJ and DJ have, right? And I love the fact that they play well off of each other, both kind of very lengthy, long, can run all day. You know what I'm saying? Good hands, great feet. I love to see, kind of that progression as well, because I saw Coach Prime, coaching up RJ a little bit with his feet, trying to get him right, getting his alignment better. And it seems like he's definitely been working on that. And he looks like he's definitely poised to, be that go-to guy with DJ McKinney, where these guys can definitely shine coming up here real soon. And I'm excited to see, man, kind of what transpires, because they definitely got some great potential, right? And so I think, since we're talking about potential here, we're gonna talk about one of the other young bulls, Draylon Miller, man. Draylon Miller, 6'1", 200 pounds, out of Silsbee, Texas. You know what I'm saying? One of the breakout players last year, breakout freshman season. He was one of the favorites with Shedeur, and he had great chemistry with those guys. One of the, better, more highlighted players last year, and he had a breakout season. I think he's going to have another one. Kind of has that Deebo Samuel type of build, really, really, big frame, aggressive, good hands, knows how to move. You know what I mean? Good feet work. I really enjoyed watching Draymond play last year, and he brought, kind of a different element to that ball game where he could definitely, take it over the top, but also run you over and give you, some really, really hard, exciting hits. You feel me? And leading into exciting hits, right? We got to talk about the new safety, right? Taufik Beard, who they're saying is going to be like, the new Cameron Silman Craig. He wears the same numbers, number 7. And I was watching him play exactly on the same, same wavelength as everybody else, watching the videos that are coming out through Deion Sanders Jr. And yeah, this kid can play, man. He looks like a ball hawk. Looks like he enjoys contact. He's not afraid to get his nose in there, and that's what you want from your safety. You want an aggressive, leader who's gonna, make sure that he's going after what he needs to. Transfer from South Florida, so I really do think he's gonna be able to, make a huge impact in this next, coming season. I really, really am looking forward to him, man. And Georgia Tech, I'm interested to see how they kind of can, make some moves here and combat these guys, right? Because there's some dogs, man. Some really good players that have come out of CU already, and I'm really excited to watch this guy, DJ McKinney, one of my favorite players on this team. I really, really enjoyed his style last season. He really stepped up, being that second man to Travis Hunter, and he was never afraid of the moment. Never got shook, and he was always really cool under pressure and knows the game, right? He plays like a very, very seasoned cornerback, 6'2", 180. He's also out of Colleyville, Texas. He's a transfer from Oklahoma State, and he stepped up a lot last year, and now there's big buzz around his name. People are talking first round pick, really, really high marks right now for him, and I definitely think he's capable, and I'm excited to see how far he takes this, because he's got all the tools, man. He has the look, he has the mentality, he has exactly what you would want from a cornerback. Really long, fast, smart guy. You know what I mean? Has that full package, right? So when we get into kind of some new receivers we got here, one of the newer ones is Joseph Williams, right? He just transferred in. And salute to him. He was one of the freshmen of the year, I think, and he was at Tulsa last season. 6'2", 200 pounds. And, from all the looks of it, his tape, he has great tape. Really exciting kid to watch, man. I think we're definitely going to be looking at him as one of those playmakers, maybe that kind of replacement for a Jimmy Horn type, where he's going to be able to get good possessions to be able to make plays. Seems like he has really good ball identification while he's in the air, right? Like he makes those really spectacular spinning acrobatic type catches, you feel me? And I think that's going to be exciting to watch, him and maybe Juju, or him and Caden, both could come in and do a lot of damage, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely got to say, salute to Joseph Williams. I'm excited to see what he's capable of, right? um who else do I like? Who else do I like this year? Oh yeah, Sincere Brown. Yes, sir. Sincere Brown. Now, Sincere Brown, in my opinion, I feel like he has a huge ceiling to really come here and do big things, right? He's 6'5", right? 6'5", 190. He's a graduate student out of South Florida and Campbell. He balled out last season at Campbell University, and I think he's poised to take this year to show and showcase his skill set, and then try to parlay this into an opportunity in the league. He has exactly the same prototypical size that you would want for that possession receiver, and I definitely think he has an opportunity opposite Omarion Miller to be out here to be able to be kind of those top guys, right? And I'm really excited to kind of see what happens, right? Some people are very high on him, and I think he has a lot of high expectations that come with that, because he's definitely going to be looked for, in those, high possession, very high scoring or even low scoring games where somebody needs to make a play, somebody needs to throw it up there, you feel me? And Sincere got to come down with it, you feel me? Maybe that's got to be kind of the vibe, maybe, because I think when we're looking at it from that perspective, I've definitely kind of started to realize how good Sincere's tape looks, right? And kind of just where he came from that perspective, where okay, yeah, he's coming in, big expectations, kind of a very, very huge, opportunity in front of him, right? And I'm really excited to kind of see what he does with this. So this, I think for me, let's see who else, man. Who else do I like, dog? Let's see, man. Julian Lewis. Yeah, let's get Juju in here, man. Juju is I think he is poised for absolutely great things. It's very interesting to kind of see, because he is so young, what they are going to do with him, 6'1" freshman. And I definitely do feel like he's got the potential to come in at some point and play, first team reps and be able to lead this team. I think he's got the talent. It just all depends on the opportunity and kind of maybe what happens, as far as like, what Coach Prime is thinking. But I would say that it wouldn't surprise me. He's not incapable of coming in and being able to, lead an offense and do things, that I think we all expect him to do, right? So let's see who else. Who else do I like? Who else do I want to talk about? Or maybe I can do like a part two. Who knows, man? So we're going down the list here, checking out, seeing who I'm kind of looking forward to from that aspect. We're gonna put Jay Seaton for sure. We got to put Jay Seaton up here. Jordan Seaton, who I think is the leader of this team. He's going to be the one that everyone looks forward to. He's going to be the one that I think will be the top 2-3 pick at some point going into, the league. And he's got the potential to become, one of the greatest to ever do this. And I really do feel like this kid has the tools. He's changed his body completely. He's completely locked in. He's dedicated himself to the game. And I'm really excited to watch him, put on another, a nice notch on his belt to his greatness, right? And once he's been able to kind of parlay that into, more of his own, leadership styles and however far this team gets under his belt, under his tutelage, under his leadership, I'm excited to watch, man, because this kid is going to do, great things. So let's see, man. I have to say maybe we can include one more person because I don't want to leave everybody out. You know what I'm saying? But I think I got most of my guys up top. Any guys in the back end in the 90s? No, we'll leave it here, man. I could do a part two at some point, but I just wanted to do like a quick little deep dive of the roster. I don't think they've released the depth charts yet. So once they do release the depth charts, maybe then I can do that. We can look at our starters and second string guys. But yeah, man, just wanted to get excited. We're almost here, man. We're almost there. About 9 days until the first game, Friday night fights, Friday night vibes. You know what I'm saying? CU football. Let's go. So yeah, salute to everyone out. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. My name is Brandon B. This is Elite Media, and I'm out. Peace.